A lot of you guys been asking me why I carry so much stuff, and this is how I'm gonna explain it. So guys, scootabout.com here. So welcome back to another video of the scootabout.com, and today I'm gonna show you how I pack my stuff and how I load my bike and how I do all the preparation for my camping. I'll be showing you everything on detail on this video. I'm gonna be dividing this video in 4 sections. The first one is gonna be how I pack my stuff. The second one is gonna be on how I'll be loading everything on my bike, like how I'm gonna be distributing all the weight and which bag is gonna go where, how I mount my saddlebags, how I mount my rotor pack. A lot of you guys been asking me how I did that, so I'm gonna go on detail on how I load my bike. Third video is gonna be mostly focused on what I have on my tool bags, which are the 2 little bags that I have here on my saddlebags, which I carry a lot of stuff, and I think it's very important stuff because it's all the just in case stuff that you want to have on your bike when you're far away from home. If something breaks down on the bike, you have all the tools necessary to be able to keep going on the road. I think that's a very important video. I think that's one of my favorites because I have a lot of cool stuff on those 2 little bags. You can't imagine all the stuff that I have there, so stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be the third video. And the fourth one is also one of my favorite because it's gonna be all the EDC stuff, all the stuff that I carry on my back, on my EDC bag, and all the little bags that you have seen on the camping video when I open up and have all the little things and tools. I love the EDC stuff. That's one of my favorite things of all this. It's been a long time to figure this out, getting the right stuff, you know, where to put it on the bike, you know, how to manage the weight, because that's very important when you're loading your bike with so much stuff, and of course what's actually necessary to carry on a camping trip depending where you're going. So if you're going like really far away and you're gonna be depending all on your bike, it's really important to carry as much stuff possible. I'm the kind of guy that I'm always carrying more just in case stuff than what I actually need. A lot of the stuff for some of you is gonna be unnecessary. It's mostly stuff that I like to have just to help someone else in the road, or a friend that is riding with me, or even just myself when I'm by myself. You know, you never know what can happen when you're in the middle of the road on a Vespa, you know. Anything can break down, so you want to have all the necessary stuff so you can be able to keep going on your trip or whatever the hell you're going. So that's pretty much all the 4 videos I'm gonna be making with all this. So I'm gonna start with the first one, which is how I pack my stuff. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I have everything laid out here in the ground, and I have divided in 3 sections, as you can see, but it's actually like 5 sections. So this is the front back, where I put everything on the front rack. Then this section right here is what I carry between my legs, which is pretty much the fuel lamp that you saw on the video the last time, and also all the things that go under the seat on the helmet compartment is pretty much all this stuff right here. I also have the auxiliary tent that goes in the helmet compartment. I'll be loading that too on the bike because you never know. I'd like to carry as much extra fuel as possible. And in this section right here is all my EDC stuff, and you know, my helmet, my water, my backpack, and all the stuff that I carry on my pocket, leg bag with my wallet, glasses, first aid kit, all the things to repair a tire, tripod, lights, all the stuff that I put on my belt, you know, like the multi-tool, flashlight, my glove, and all the stuff, the helmet, and of course. In this section right here is all the stuff that goes into the saddlebags, all the cookie stuff and all my clothes with the 2 tool bags there. And the last section over there is what I put on my top case, which it seems a little bit. I like to leave the top case just for like food and important stuff that I want to keep safe, because I have the key, it locks pretty much for the food and everything. So I don't like to extra load the top case because it gets very heavy with the 2 rotor packs fully loaded and the 2 saddlebags. So I like to keep the balance of the bike well distributed, because you don't want to have too much weight on the back, because then you're gonna lift the front of the bike and you're gonna have a crazy wobbling on your handlebar, and it's pretty dangerous. In the front bag is where I have a lot of the heavy stuff, like the table, the chair, the tent, the sleeping bag, the pillow, the hammock, a little towel, some of my kitchen stuff, you know, the saw, and you know, ropes and all the stuff to, you know, hang up the tent and all that. That's pretty much all the stuff that you can see here. So I'm gonna start going on detail on each one and how I load it into each bag. I have the bags here, as you can see. So I got the 2 saddlebags. This is the front 40-liter bags, and I think this is a 20-liter bag that goes like a roll on top of that one. So that's pretty much it, you know, like the 2 bags on the front, the 2 saddlebags, the top case, and the rotor packs, and of course all the stuff that I carry myself, which is quite a lot. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with the little roll that goes on top of the front rack, which is gonna be where the sleeping bag and the pillow goes, and that's pretty much everything that goes there. Everything's pretty light, so this is something that you want to keep in mind, you know. I think this is a 20 liter roll, I believe so. Canyon line. It's really awesome. It's waterproof. I really like it because you have this little valve here that allows you to let the air escape when you're rolling it out. You will see how it works. So a really nice feature this Canyon series has. So that's pretty much everything I put in here. I load my sleeping bag upside down because I have this handle here, and that's how I'm able to pull it out when I'm, you know, unpacking everything. So push it down all the way to the bottom, and as you can see, I don't got pretty much any room left to pack anything, so I just put the pillow on sides like that, and that's pretty much it. And you should always roll it like 3 times to make it waterproof, like fully waterproof. But with this one, I'm not fully able to do that because then it's gonna be like too tight to close it. So this one is pretty much done. Put this one on the side, and then all this stuff is what I put on the 40 liter big one. Okay, so this is the 40 liter one. This thing is huge. Something that I really like about this series, I don't know if all the GIVI bags has this feature, but you see how this color in the island is like a green yellowish. It's really nice when it's dark. It helps to light up the thing in the side, like it makes everything more clear, because if it's dark, it makes everything, like the whole bag in the inside, pretty dark. It's a really nice detail that they put. It's like a reflective color, so you can see everything more nicely. With this one, you want to be careful you don't overload it, and keeping track of the weight of how much stuff you put here, because you don't want to like go crazy with it, because the front rack can only handle like 8 kilograms, I think so, and I was able to go with this one like almost 20. I think it was like 18 kilograms, like 19 or something. I mean, it can hold a little more, but it's still being held by 2 little screws, so you want to be careful with that so you don't overload that, because then something bad can happen. Here is what I put my tent. This is the OneTigris, I think that's how you pronounce it, tent. I think this was like $200. It's a really high quality tent. I haven't had any issue with it. The experience is been pretty nice, mostly for cold weathers, because it's like open so you can get snakes inside or anything, but since I'm sleeping on a hammock, I'm not really worried about that. So they have many other options, but I found out this one was very light, very compact, and it's really big, so it's really comfortable to, you know, put all your stuff inside and still have some space, and I can even put my table inside, as you see in my videos and stuff. So it's a really nice tent. I really like it so far. Usually this thing, I wrap it on a towel, which is gonna be the towel I'll be using to, you know, take my showers or anything, but I don't have it with me right now, so I just wrap the towel around. So since you have like sharp metals, I don't like to like leave it exposed, because then it's gonna like put a hole on the bag or something, even though these bags are like really strong. Then I put the table. This is a really nice table. It packs pretty compact. I couldn't find anything like more compact than this. If you know any other one, let me know down below in the comments, but as far as this one's been pretty nice. It's not too heavy, it's pretty light, and it's very strong, you know, it's very stable when it's all together, so you can, you know, cook and do whatever you can. This chair, man, this is one of the best chairs that I've ever seen. This thing packs really compact, it's really light and super high quality. I really recommend this Moonlite Chair. Really nice chair. It's one of the best ones I have seen. Really high quality stuff. Of course, the Owl Hammock, very nice hammock. There are many other ones that are really high quality, like the Coleman's and other brands. The pillow is also the same brand, and I'm pretty happy so far. It comes with all the straps. It's really strong. It's really comfortable. You know why? This is actually the one for 2 people, because I believe the single one is kind of tight, so I wanted something to be comfortable so I can rest really well after my long rides. And then I got a little towel. This is one of those high absorption, just in case, just to have it to clean the dishes, you know, wash my hands or anything. I got a rope. It's a very long rope with a little bell. If I'm camping on a place where I know there's gonna be like bears or anything, I'll put this like around the camping site where I'm gonna be and hang this little bell, so if anything comes close to my campsite, I'll be alert. Which I don't think I will never use it. You never know. Here's where I have my straps to mount the tent and the hammock with some carabiners and stuff, so I can hang everything pretty nicely. This is a Hammock Python hammock straps. They're also advertised as hammocks, but I use them for the tent. All the hammocks, these are really a one wind. They come with a really nice system for the hammock where you can just strap it down, so you don't have to be like tightening anything down or anything as you see in the video. So pretty nice stuff. This actually goes on the bottom. Oh, I forgot. This is like a floor mat, pretty light, water repellent stuff. So I lay this inside the tent, so I'm gonna be laying all my stuff in there. So here, as you can see, so here's the kitchen stuff, the table, tent, the hammock, the straps, the chair, and that's pretty much it. And then I put my jacket, you know, if I'm camping in cold weather, which is mostly the case, I try to fold it. Then I close the back, roll it down. This is where this knife fits. You see how it's all full of air. Then you open up this valve, and boom. It seals everything like in back. It's not too heavy. I'll show you now the weight of everything. So then I just put this on the top. And boom. It's ready for the front rack. Let's keep going. So here is all the stuff that I carry on the helmet compartment, which is this section right here. This one I put it on the saddlebags, so I put this one on the side for the moment. Of course, the extinguisher, it goes here in my legs. This also goes between my legs, so I pulled this one last. And here I got all the stuff that I put on my helmet compartment, which is some extra bungees. You know, you never know when you're gonna need some extra bungees with some heavy duty straps, ratchet straps. Here in this bag is a lock system for the brakes. If I'm parking the Vespa anywhere that I feel unsafe, I have this lock for my brakes. And here I got all the GIVI straps for my bags, just in case anything breaks down. It's this one. And here's where I have the hoses with the pump to use it with my auxiliary tank, so I can pump the fuel from the auxiliary tank or the rotor packs with this system, which I really like, instead of just pouring the thing down, because it makes a disaster, you know. These are the extension arms for the shovel that I have on my top case. This is really nice. They have some extra survival stuff, which I don't really use, but it's cool to have. Like a little whistle, and the other ones have like a knife and like a fire starter and stuff, so it's really nice. This is the air pump. I make a separate video of that. You can click up there and watch the video. So it's a Fantic air pump. Really nice to have. It also works as a power bank, and you got a flashlight, and the battery of this thing lasts a long time, so it's really nice thing to have on your bike. Because whenever I go off-roading, I go on the dirt, I lower the pressure of my tires, and of course you need to refill them once you get back on the road, so you definitely need to have this. And this thing is something that you must have in any vehicle. This is a jump starter, you know, with all the cables. This is actually an extension cable that I bought with this thing, because as you can see, I got my cable coming out of my battery, so I can hook up the jumper, or I can use this cable with this adapter that I have here. This connects into the scotch. See, it's a different connector, so you connect that, and you have the universal connector here. And then I connect this one here, and I got an extension 12-volt outlet, and with that I can connect this inverter. You know, I connect this into there, and I have an outlet with a couple of USB outlets and 120-volt outlet for anything that I can use, you know, my computer. This is pretty much for anything that you might need to use, like any, I don't know, any accessory, anyone that you need to help, mostly for camping, mostly for my computer, you know, if I want to edit some videos at night while I'm resting or anything. So it's a really nice thing to have on the kit. So all this stuff, the auxiliary tank with all this, goes on the helmet compartment. So here's where I put the auxiliary tank. I put the straps underneath. I put the straps all around it, since you have like a little opening there, so I lay everything down, so I take advantage as much as the space is in here. So we already got the stuff that goes in the front finished, the one that goes under the helmet compartment. The only downside of putting stuff here between your legs, like this. That's why I don't want to put too much stuff. I have this bungee strap that I used to strap this down, but I don't like to put too much stuff here because every time you need to open your seat, you have to remove the things here in the front. Even though with this one, you still have some room. I like carrying this lamp. I don't know if it's a good idea or if you all like it. I know it's kind of bulky for a motorcycle setup, but I think it's very useful to have. If you completely run out of batteries, you can take fuel from your bike and run this lamp for the whole night. Like I say, it's very bulky to carry, but I find out that here between my legs is just the perfect spot to carry this thing without no issue at all. So it's pretty light though. I really like it. Now let's keep going to the stuff that I carry on myself, on the backpack and on my leg bag, on my pockets and on my belt. Then I'm gonna proceed and load the top case, which is not much as you would imagine because it's very big and you would like to take advantage of the whole thing, but since I have a lot of weight on the back with the rotor packs and with this aluminum, it's a pretty light thing, but you know, in overall with the rack and everything, it adds some weight to it. You don't want to overload the top case at all. So I use it mostly for my food, which keep it nice and cool, so when you go to sleep you can, you know, lock that down, hang it on a tree or anything if you're afraid of bears or anything. So, and all the extra stuff that I may carry and buy on my trip, you know, like any food, chips, anything, you know, I like to have some extra space there so I can use it if anything that I need. So let's keep going. So now here it looks like a lot of stuff and things that I don't use a lot, but it's mostly just in case stuff. These two bags, this one is my EDC bag for camping where I have pretty much everything, all my first aid things like pills and a lot of stuff. I'll be showing you that more in detail on the EDC video. This one I'm still not sure if I need to carry this one because I have a lot of tools here that I already have on my other tool bag, so but I like to have it because I got a lot of nice stuff that I might be useful at some point if I need it. This too goes on the top case. The rest of the stuff is on my pockets and on the leg bag and hanging on my belt. Get my water, of course, the gloves. Okay, so here in my backpack I carry basic stuff that I want to have in hand with me, mostly all my camera stuff and, you know, basic stuff like eye drops and lighters and lights, multi-tool and stuff. Like here in the front pocket is where I carry all my camera stuff, all my GoPro batteries, charger, windscreens, lenses, microphone, you know, more GoPro accessories and anything else that I want to fit here that I want to have handy with me. Fix-it knife here, I usually put this on my boot where I put my water bottle. Here in the front pocket is where I have like more basic stuff like eye drops, dental floss, lighter, soap, some pills, you know, anything that I could fit here, like my headphones, my sunglasses. I got a few pencils and pencil here, a lighter, another pocket knife. It's my CB pocket knife. I got other tools here, some bits, screwdrivers, Phillips, flats. My other EDC bags I put it on the top case and I take advantage of this space here. This is what I like about this Banquest backpack. This is where I put my GoPro tripod, another tripod if I need like a selfie stick to take some photos. Here I got some chargers, my headlamp, power brick, couple cables and chargers. This is where I have my Phoenix headlamp. This thing is amazing. I love this headlight. This is what I use when I'm camping most of the time because the battery lasts a long time, so it's really nice. And I usually fit here all their stuff, anything that I have to keep in hand, like, you know, extra clothes, or I used to put here my documents, like my passport. I have a little bag where I put all my documents in there, but most of the time when I'm riding I put my CamelBak inside here, fill up this whole thing with water. I think it can hold up to 5 liters. I put it in here, and this backpack has a nice feature. Close this up, put this in my bag, and I can drink water even with my helmet on. This is really handy. I use this a lot, you know, because I get very thirsty when I'm riding, so it's really useful to have the CamelBak in this backpack with all the rest of the stuff. I used to put my CamelBak on top of my seat with some bungees because I was fitting all the stuff in here, like my computer, because it wasn't a smaller one. But now that I have a bigger laptop, I put it on the top case, and most of the time when I'm going for less than a week, I don't take the computer with me because it's really heavy and takes a lot of space. So if I'm not taking the laptop or anything, I just put the CamelBak in here. But if I need the space, I'll usually put the backpack or the CamelBak, either one, depending on how long I'm riding. If I need to, you know, constantly keep water and keep myself hydrated, I'll put the CamelBak in here. So this is pretty much ready to go. These 3 things I carry on my belt. I put this on the top case and this little case for my watch. So whenever I'm riding my bike, I always remove my watch, because if you crash or anything, you don't want to be wearing your watches because it's gonna get pretty much f***ed up. So I have this little case to storage it. See, so whenever I get on my bike, I put this on the top case or under the helmet compartment or whatever I have room. I can carry my watch safely, because I have seen some nasty crashes where people completely lost their watches. And it's also kind of uncomfortable when you're wearing your glove and, you know, the jacket and everything, and you have your watch on the way. So this is a really handy thing to have. This is my sunglasses. Pretty nice sunglasses. I highly recommend these ones, the Ombras, because they're pretty packed. As you can see, it doesn't have any legs. It goes with this little rope, and they're completely indestructible, man. These things are one of the greatest sunglasses that I've ever owned. Highly recommend these things. This one is the one that I put on the back hook because I got a lot of important stuff here, you know, like pens, notes, pepper spray, a little lighter, magnet. This is like a mini multi-tool, screwdrivers, a little EDC stuff, a little flashlight. So it's a lot of important stuff here, so I like to keep this handy. So and I hook this on here, so I have this handy with me if I need anything, you know, it's pepper spray or anything really fast, you know, it's there handy with. And I got a lot of, you know, pen or anything that I could need that I don't need to get out of the tool bag, anything that I, you know, to fix, tie a screw down or anything. That's why you see some screwdrivers there and everything. So if anything that I need really quick is either on my belt in my multi-tool or here. I got a lot of handy stuff and unnecessary and multiple things, like I got a pen here, I got a pen there, I got a pen here, so I can use any handy at that time. So I just like to do it that way, you know, it's just me. And these things is a little first aid kit, pills, and anything that you need handy so that you don't have to, you know, unpack everything for your bike. So I like to carry this on my leg bag. I'll be showing you that. And of course, all the stuff that I need to repair a tire. So if I get a flat, I don't need to, you know, disassemble the whole toolbox or anything. So I have everything here pretty handy to, you know, fix a flat pretty quickly. So marker, knife, 10 millimeters, adjustable wrench, zip ties, knife, tool for the flat repair, all the little things to get the flat, you know, all the basic stuff. So these two things, and of course I got here my earbuds and my wallet with all my cards, license and everything. It's another thing I highly recommend, the Groove Light wallet. Man, this thing is really handy. And it gets all your stuff pretty nicely, because I have used a lot of wallets for my motorcycle mostly. Let's put it on that way, because when you're wearing your glove, it's really hard to get your cards out of your wallet. So with this one, man, you get them like very nicely. So even with your gloves, you don't, it's not an issue to get your stuff out. Here I got a little pen, a space pen with a little Ride in the Rain notes, so I can take any notes if I need to. And these things are waterproof as well as the space pen, so I carry those things here with me all the time. And this is a little GIVI leg bag. It's really awesome. I really like it. And then you strap this down into your belt, you know, all around on your hip, and then goes this one on the leg, and then you got your little pack thing. So all this stuff is what I carry on my belt. So this is my backpack, goes on my back, this goes on my belt, and this goes also on my leg. So that's pretty much all the stuff that I carry on myself. So let's keep going. And here's where I get all my stuff for the saddlebags. As you can see, these are the saddlebags that I've been recommending for a long time. These are really nice because they fit the Vespa pretty nicely. It's not like one of those huge saddlebags that looks kind of odd on a Vespa, because you know the size of the Vespa is not that big, even though the big frames are big. But for saddlebags market, you know, they're all intended for adventure bikes, and these are actually designed for a motocross bike. So I think the design of these ones fits really nice on the Vespa, as you have seen in most of my photos. So this one took already a bit up. I laid the bike down the other day, so I slipped the bike a little bit, and this took all the things. So as you can see, it's still fully working, because at first I wanted to put the aluminum ones, the GIVI ones that goes with the one I have on the rear, because I like the look of it. But there is any mounting system for the Vespa, and if you lay down the bike, they're gonna get up. So, you know, this is more handy. It's lightweight. It can carry as much stuff as you want because they expand, and you can always fit more that you think on these things. You can always compress stuff and load them a little more than they are actually designed for. So even though you shouldn't overload anything on the Vespa because it adds a lot of weight, I think this is a really good choice for the Vespa. As you can see, you can take them down like any bags and just carry in. If you're gonna leave the bike somewhere that is not safe, because this doesn't have like a lock system like the other one, if that's what you're worried about, you can always take this with you like your bags and just walk away with it. You know, it's not heavy, it's really easy to set up. You just put this over the helmet compartment. I'm not gonna be loading all the stuff in the bags of the bike, because then to mount this on the bike fully loaded is a little bit more difficult because they're heavy. So it's always nicer to load this completely empty and then start loading the bags once they're on the bike. I'm just gonna be showing you all the stuff that I carry. This part right here, it takes a whole saddlebag, because in these bags is where I put, you know, I got toilet paper just in case. In these roll bags I usually put all my clothes, so I have something that I will carry in a 2-day, 3-day, or a couple of pants, a couple of long sleeve shirts, some underwears, a jacket. The way I pack my clothes is something pretty clever. It's called the army roll. With the pants, have your pants lay out completely like that, then you're gonna flip this over. I'll link down below in the description below a video where I learned this technique. I think it was from a popular channel called Mount 30 Adventure. It shows everything more detailed, but I'm gonna do it here kind of quick. Yeah, nice roll. So we got one pan there. Really crappy job that I'm doing here, but you get the idea. You want to do it more carefully, because not when you pull your clothes out it's all wrinkled, and you know, so that's pretty much the idea. See, you got 2 pants here. Look at the space in 2 pants. You know, it's very convenient, you know. Same with this, the t-shirt. And then you got this pocket, you flip it over and that's it. Got a t-shirt here. So you got 2 days of clothes there. So as you can see, we got 2 pants, 2 shirts, underwear, socks. And that's what I put in here. That's what goes on the right saddlebag. These are the two bags that goes on top of the saddlebags, one in each side. So let me just get this out of the way too. And then I got all the kitchen stuff, you know. I got the firebox thing for cooking. I got all here the knives and things to cook, to filter water. Yeah, I got all my fork, knife, spoon, all the things that I need for cooking, to washing my dishes, thing to cut food, you know, all the stuff that I need for cooking is pretty much in this little bag here. So this is pretty much all the cooking stuff. This actually goes, this is like all my personal stuff. I got some body warmer here just in case, my toothbrush and toothpaste, a soap, or anything that I need to take a shower and take care of myself. This goes on the top case. This is a little pan for frying. And I also have here one of these waterproof match kits. This is really nice if anything is raining, and if these things are even waterproof, if they're wet I can still use them just in case, you know. I got a little lighter with my rocket MSR thing for fire that goes with this tank. That's to prepare my coffee. This is for the pan to grab it, and I got some cloth here for cleaning, which is full of oil, and my pan ready to fry. This is all the cooking stuff. Also, here's where I put all my coffee. Yeah, I got my coffee here with sugar. I got some teas. I also put my olive oil here. Make sure everything is nice and sealed. And I got these little cleaning things for my dishes. I also put them in here. Close this up, and this is a little bag that I carry all the also cooking stuff. This is a funnel for the lamp that actually goes inside the lamp. This thing goes on the top case too. Some repellent. I got here a little thing to prepare some tea, you know, for the fire, just in case I need it. This is what I prepare. Got some cups here. Got salt, pepper, turmeric, and all the little things for cooking. 2 cups and something here to prepare a tea if I want to, or anything. And of course some propane tank for the coffee. This is also for the kitchen, just in case I cannot make a wood fire. I use this one. And of course my coffee maker, my Bialetti. This is a 1 cup with the little thing, so I can put it on top and prepare my coffee. So all this stuff is pretty much going on the left saddlebag, where it's not the exhaust, because as you saw in one of my videos, if you put this propane tank near the exhaust, it can get really hot and completely explode the thing, like it has happened to other people, like I mentioned in that video. So let's proceed to the top case, which is not much, and then we'll keep going on the next video on how I load everything on the bike, which is where I'll be showing how I load my saddlebag once they're mounted on the bike. So let's keep going. So this this is pretty much everything that I put on the top case apart from the food, so that's why you don't see much. This is pretty much my personal stuff. This little solar light that I put inside the tent, and the stabilizer for recording the videos and stuff. So all of this, the glove, this is the bag for my helmet, so whenever I take my helmet off I put it in here so it's nice and protected. Here I got some safety goggles and a headlight to use if I'm stuck in the middle of the road. I use that one instead of the other camping one, so I don't drain the battery for my camping. I use this one, so this goes nice and packed here just in case, and all this goes, I'll show you in a second where. I got my first aid kit, my winter gloves, and summer gloves for the bike. Pretty much what goes on the top case apart from the food. The food I always storage it in a thermal bag so it's nice and protected, and whatever I'm having like a meat or anything, I'm pretty much always taking like vegan stuff that doesn't need to be fridge or anything. So that's pretty much it, so let's keep going. And of course, my computer. I almost forgot. This is where I carry my laptop. This nice hard case from a Smart Tree. I usually don't carry the laptop with me unless I'm going like for more than a week, you know, that I need to, you know, download the footage from the SD card from the cameras and do some editing or anything. But if I'm just going a few days, I usually don't take the laptop because I mean, it's really heavy. It's where I have all my hard drive, and it's a big computer, so it's heavy. But this is the bag where I carry it. This fits perfectly on the top case, and I usually carry this one on the top case. I used to carry the laptop on the backpack like I said, but it was because it was a 13-inch MacBook Pro, the old one. This is a 17 or 15, I forgot. It's a lot more bigger, so it doesn't fit on the backpack, and it adds a lot of weight on my back, and I don't like, you know, riding for a long period of time with a lot of weight on my back. So, but here's where I carry my laptop. Here I have everything that I could need to do anything I want, you know, the editing. Here it is. I had it on a hard case too, so it's nice and protected. You know, my hard drive, everything that I could need, you know, to do my editing, charger, mouse, cables, and pretty much it, you know. It's very nice and compact, and it keeps everything nice and protected. So, and that's it. I use this case as a table when I'm working somewhere that I don't have anything to lay out, and so I can just like take my Mac out of here, put this here, see, and I can just crack it open and work inside here like if it was nothing, and I can just close it and leave it there. You know, it's pretty nice. I really like it. And I can carry it anywhere I go. It's pretty handy if I'm going to stay in a hotel or I'm gonna leave the bike somewhere. It's not safe, I'll leave it in the top case because it's the one that has the lock, and if not, I just take it out and take it with me, you know. So in my top case, I usually load my laptop in here. Fits perfectly back here and it's nice and secure. I also put my stabilizer here, my 2 EDC bags. I usually put this light outside if I need to charge it. You know, I kind of strap this down with some bungees on my seat if I'm riding for a long time and I need to be sharp. It's a solar panel, so you get charged. And then my other things, and like I say, I leave a little space here where I put a thermal bag where I can load all my food and stuff, any other stuff that I may need to keep safe here in the top case. And usually when I arrive to the campsite, some of this stuff I take it out and put it inside the tent. I like to keep all the food storage here when I go to sleep, so I don't get any unexpected visits in the middle of the night. Pair of winter gloves, my first aid kit, and that's it. We should be good to go. Okay, so those are the things that I pack for camping and how I pack them. So on the next video, I'm gonna be showing you how I load everything on my bike, like the front rack, the saddlebag, and of course how I mount my roto packs in my rear rack. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Thank you. Peace.